is almost over. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, opens nationwide tomorrow, and in Casper, tickets go on sale tonight at 10 o'clock. Since there have been so many long lines of Lucas lovers everywhere, I decided to get the jump on the competition and be the first one at the door this morning. Yep, the Force is definitely with me. But a little later in the day, the plot thickened, and so did the crowd.
In 1999, Star Wars fans were like crackheads on a Saturday morning. Most of us had grown up on Star Wars and had been waiting over 15 years for a new Star Wars film, and we couldn't wait to see the prequels we were teased about when Star Wars was first released. Finally, we get to see Obi-Wan Kenobi fight Darth Vader on top of a volcano, as we all heard about. As the trailer was released in late 1998, people would drive miles to pay full price at a movie theater to see the trailer twice, as it would play at the start and end of a handful of films before going into a wider release. For those that couldn't see it, they had to wait for a bootleg of the trailer to hit online, and when it did, it would take almost a day to download and look something like this. Months before the release of the film, lines started to form for fans that wanted to make sure they got a seat opening night at the first screening. As the days got closer to release, the lines got longer and longer. This is when those in the financial business started to get a little worried. All these people in line to see a movie? The lines getting longer? What would it do for the economy on release date? Would it matter? CNN was one of the first to report that the release of The Phantom Menace could see a loss close to $300 million of lost wages in the U.S. alone. The study was done by Chandler, Gray, and Christmas, an international outplacement firm. I'm not really sure what that is. Their study found that 2.2 million full-time employees would miss work the opening day of The Phantom Menace. That would be about the same population of Utah. As other outlets started to pick up the story, and word spread around the internet over websites, message boards, and news groups, it soon became known as the Phantom Flu. It seems most workers wasn't even going to tell their boss that they were taking the day off, but rather just call in sick and head to the movie theater. I guess it wasn't a lie. They were sick of waiting 16 years to see a new Star Wars film. If you think the term Phantom Flu was bad, some outlets were calling it Wookie Hookie. I hate just saying the name. Some bosses were already warning their employees. It was a work day, not a movie day. But some didn't care. A 25-year-old software engineer who didn't want his name used in the Orlando Sentinel said he was going one way or another. It's going to be mass hysteria across the country, said Chuck Titus, an employee at the Sci-Fi City in Orlando. The collector store was closing down the whole day so his staff could go see the film. The owner said it was best that the employees saw the film, as they knew customers would come in and want to talk about it. Some people were so worried that their bosses would find out, they didn't even tell family or friends they had tickets to the movie that was opening in most cities at midnight. If my boss knew I was taking off to see a film, he would go berserk, an unnamed female said. She went on to add that she first saw Star Wars in 1977 and skipped school in 1983 to see Return of the Jedi. Now that sounds like a woman I would like to meet. Sadly, the one group of people that couldn't take the day off was theater workers, who were told at most theaters that opening weekend and the weeks to follow with the release of The Phantom Menace would be all hands on deck. No days off, no excuses.
Hype surrounding this movie has been overwhelming. Now the question is, will it deliver?
They're about to open the doors here in just a few minutes, and people are revved up.
Some 2.2 million Americans from New York to
It's like 1977. I haven't felt this since 1977.
Episode 2, man. Episode 2, brother. Episode 2. Alright. It's just beginning, man. It's just an ending. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah!
The movie opened, and the stock market didn't crash. People went to see it, and then life kind of returned to normal. Opening Wednesday night, it would bring in $29 million, and that weekend, it would make $64 million. The film would go on to have a 48-week run and bring in, for the U.S., $431 million, and a worldwide total of $924 million. Not bad for a film with a $115 million budget. Well, that's the time Star Wars fans got sick and had to go see a Star Wars movie. Tell me in the comments below, did you play Wookiee Hookie? Anyway, let me know that and more in the comments below. And as always, thumbs up and like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay, now if that's not enough for you, 3,000 theaters across the nation showing this movie. All of them at 12:01 a.m. show the first showing of The Phantom Menace.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.